What's up, guys? Today we are going to make a couple plant stands, and we're going to do it two ways. And before anybody notices, it's been a long day at work and a long day in the shop. So let's get right into this. It's going to be a pretty quick video today. I'm going to show you how to make these plant stands that you can put a potted plant on, and we're going to do it two ways. This one is put together with pocket hole screws for those of you guys who do not have the ability to do dados and half laps on a table saw. This one's going together with some pocket holes, and this one is going together with dados and half lap joinery. So we're not going to do a lot of talking today. We're just going to get right into this build. So let's get after it. Step one is going to be getting all of our legs and the pieces for our cross braces cut to length. I'm using 2x4s that I've had laying around the shop. I'm going to go over to the table saw when I'm finished here at the miter saw, and I'm going to rip all of these down to width. If you guys don't have a table saw, you can simply purchase 1x2 material and then follow the cut list for all of the lengths that's up on the screen right now. Time to get these rounded edges cut off of these 2x4s so that all of my pieces are nice and square. Again, I'm ripping these down to a little bit under 1 inch. 2x4 is 1.5 inches thick, so that's going to give me an approximate 1x2 when I'm finished ripping all these things down to size. All right, I'm going to get my blade swapped out for my dado set. And as you can see, I am also installing another zero clearance insert that I purchased for my dado set. I have one for my regular blade and now this one for my dado set. I'm not affiliated in any way at all with this company, but I will tell you that zerocert.com, these things are quality made. They're CNC cut. I think it's a melamine top over what appears to be some MDF. Seems to be really solid. I've had nothing to complain about with this thing, so I'll put a link down in the description to them for you guys. Time to get these half lap joints cut. I'm going to put a stop block to mark where I need to stop left and right for the width of my half lap joint. I've already got my depth cut. So we're going to get these stop blocks installed, and then that will allow us to bump up against one of the blocks, cut with our dado blade, slide over to the other stop block, and finish out our cut to give us the proper width. Half laps are done. It's time to get these dados cut at the top and the bottom. I'm going to measure out 2.5 inches from the top, 2.5 inches from the bottom. That's where I'm going to run my dado. I actually wound up ripping these boards down to a little more than 3/4 of an inch. So you're going to see me cut a dado, and then you're going to see me slide my fence over about 1/4 of an inch, maybe less than that, to finish out the width that I need of this dado to get those pieces slipped in there and fit properly. Time to get these pocket holes drilled out. The one that we're putting together with pocket holes is going to require a hole on either end of each one of these components. You're going to see when we go to put this thing together why, but each one of the 12 pieces is going to need a pocket hole on either end for assembly. So what we need to do is find the center of this longer piece. Let's mark that out and then find the center of the width of the smaller piece. We're going to line those two marks up, and that is where we are going to attach the small piece to the side of the larger piece. We're going to drive a pocket hole screw in each side, and then we will have these crosses built. I'm going to run these over to the sander real quick just to make sure these are nice and flush. As you can see, I didn't bother clamping these things together when I drove my pocket hole screws in. Again, it's a planter. It's not a quality piece of furniture. All right, last step. Let's get a mark put at 2.5 inches down from either end of our legs. This is where we're going to install our crosses. And as you can see right here, this is why we needed a pocket hole on both ends of these crosses. One end is for assembly of the cross itself, and the other screw on the other end is for attaching it to the legs. So we're going to do this, flip it over 4 times, drive these screws in, and this particular build is done. All right, let's get this other one put together. This one's actually going to go together extremely easy. This thing is just going to need some glue in the joints, the dados, and the half laps. We're going to tack this thing together with 2 brads in each location. We're using 3/4 inch long brads. Those things are going to hold this nice and tight until this glue sets up, and this particular project is wrapped up. And that's it for today. We got a couple plant stands we put together 2 different ways. For those of you who have a table saw, you saw how to do it with dados and half laps. If you don't, you saw how to put one of these together with some pocket hole screws. Get out in the shop and build yourself one of these. And like I tell you guys all the time, everything I do here on this channel is nothing more than a blueprint. Customize this, make it bigger, make it shorter, make it wider, taller, paint it, stain it, make it yours. As a matter of fact, make it better than mine. Make sure you send me pictures to my Instagram. I'd love to post them and share them with the community. As always, guys, thanks for chilling with me for a few minutes today on my channel, and we will catch you on YouTube.